So I've been wanting to get more consistent on my platforms about my life and spirituality, music, healing, herbalism, all of that. And so my first video is just going to be why spirituality is a lifestyle and not a trend. And I'm not going to make this like some oh, I know more than you do type of video. It's more of I want us to align on the same frequency so we can all function appropriately and not start stuff, misunderstand things, or go against ourselves when the going gets tough, you know? So, as for me, my journey started, I got a notification. For me, my journey started back in 2020. I'll just say that. My whole life, I always had questions. I always wanted to know what the fuck was going on for real. Because a lot of shit just simply did not make sense. I want us to be kind of like FaceTime, okay? So, get comfortable, bitch. So, get you some tea. If you can smoke in your house, get a blunt. I got my candles going. That's one of my candles. I got my altar up and running and everything. I already did my prayers this morning. Kind of got that situated. I have an incense burning as well. And of course, clearly in the background, you hear the frequencies, which I'm going to turn down a little bit. So, it started in 2020, my spiritual journey. And I'll just be 100% honest, because I was debating on if I wanted to tell, like, these little details, but I don't really give a shit. I was dating someone, and they didn't like that I smoked weed. But I was like, I'm not gonna stop smoking weed, because this helps me. Like, I'll figure something out, but just, no, that's not happening. As a couple, we can figure out a system, or whatever the case may be, but you're not finna control what I'm using to help myself. But it also had me thinking, what else is there out there? So there had to be other options in regards to mental health. Like, getting these pills cannot be the only option, because I just refuse to believe that. Sorry, I had to fix the camera. And for me, I knew that I dealt with depression, anxiety, all of these things. But one thing I knew I was not going to be is a product of my environment. I wanted to be able to really be able to transmute and learn from my situation, my life, and everything that happened to me, and be a blessing to other women and help them in the situations and things that they're going through. And so that had always been a mission of mine. From there, I just kind of progressed, and in 2020 is when I fell into herbs and everything, like I was saying. And once I got into that and I started finding different things and different ways to heal, because it went past just the herbs, it eventually became, okay, well, therapy doesn't necessarily work for me, because the questions that they ask me, I've already been asking myself and getting the answers to. It's not that I can't comprehend my pain. It's more of a matter of, how do I properly transmute this pain? How do I turn it into purpose? I already understand it. I've already forgiven. I've already moved on to an extent. I don't necessarily need help with doing that. And so my thing at that point was, what else can I do? All right, herbs are an option. I love that. But there has to be more. And so then I got into chakras, and then I got into Christ consciousness, and then I got into religious deconstruction, and then I got into everything the fuck else. Like, it became a massive rabbit hole. And so, quite honestly, I thank him for having a problem with me smoking, because I don't think I would have ever explored. I'm not gonna say ever explored, because that's a lie. I feel like it would have always came to me, but I appreciate him triggering that journey, because he gave me the free space to be whoever I became in that moment. And I know that being back home at my mom's house or around family, I would not have had that opportunity to do that and expand my knowledge and growth and understanding of me, the universe, God, my ancestors, and furthermore. So getting into this, it answered more questions than I ever was able to get from other people that just followed and never questioned, never researched, never looked into anything past what their pastor told them. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with Christianity in its truest form, but the way that they have corrupted and morphed it now, it has created mentally enslaved people. And I refuse to be a slave to anybody. So, I much rather prefer to learn how to properly maneuver in this world the way that I was supposed to and not the way that another man is trying to direct me. As I got into like Christ consciousness, as I got into the chakras, then you start getting further into things like quantum physics, like the science of it. Science is just spirituality explained in man's language. That's all. It's not the answer to everything, but it's the best explained version of what it is. And so I started getting this shit. I understand I may be on point, but let me talk. Confirmation bird, y'all. I started getting into like Fibonacci, the Fibonacci code, and how things are divinely made and shaped very symmetrically down to the details of like flowers. Like, this isn't a real flower, but I just got rid of my freaking, I literally just had some carnations. I have some. Like, granted, they're not, every flower is not the same, but they follow the same pattern. They follow the same sequence. And all plants have a very similar structure when it comes down to how they're made, when it comes down to, the Fibonacci circle is kind of, I hope I'm able to like, it's a little spiral. And it calculates the circumference, it calculates the width, it calculates everything, but it all fits into the same function. With that, we're not any different. He made us last. You know what I'm saying? Like, the animals and all of that stuff, they were here before us. The plants and all of that, they were here before us. So if it got that intricate, that's that detailed with flowers, imagine us. And so with that understanding, then you go in and you add in the different elements of science that you learn. And so then we go into compounds, or the energetic frequency and signature of certain plants and things of that nature. And then those things align with the energy of your body and the things that's going on with you. Because at the end of the day, you are an energetic field. Matter in and of itself, point blank period, is a bunch of little small molecules vibrating at the same time. That's why when you quantum leap, you feel your body shaking, because your body is vibrating at a point to where it is detaching its soul and allowing it to travel. Might have went too far. So once I learned those things and I understood frequency and I understood vibrations and things of that matter, it allowed me to understand my emotions and the direction of life that I could take in totality. And so like, my dream again was to always be of service to women, point blank period. I wanted to be that big sister or little sis that you can have a conversation with and it actually make fucking sense. You know what I mean? So from there, I made the decision to become this woman, and I had to go through the life that she needed to comprehend the things that she wanted to be of service of. And that in some people's mind would be punishment. That in some people's mind would be the trials and tribulations. But for me, it was initiation. And a lot of the stuff, granted, that I've learned, I don't necessarily have a certification or a PhD or a degree in, but I would like to believe that my ancestors signed my certification of life. The least I can do is talk about this bitch. I'm living it. So, all in all, spirituality isn't a trend for me because it helped save my life. It got me the closest to God. It got me the closest to Jesus it ever has before, when I was in a church confused, listening to somebody else translate a book that was never made for us to begin with. Not this version of it, per se. One of the main questions people ask that I really wish people would sit down and ponder instead of immediately defend themselves against, my ears started ringing a little bit, is why would your oppressors give you the key to the same place that they're trying to go to? Why would they give you the key to heaven? If they don't want you, if they don't even believe that you are a fully functioning human being in and of yourself, why would they want you to go? You don't deserve to go. They would think of you as a dog. And I guess by default, all dogs go to heaven. But realistically, they treat dogs better than us. So, I haven't let it settle long enough. Tea leaves in my mouth. Oh, I got a teapot coming. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so cute. I hope that the infuser that I bought for it fits, because I don't want to use the metal one. I want to use a glass one if I can. But I don't want this video to be too long. I hope that I was able to really explain to y'all why spirituality is not a trend for me and why it is a lifestyle. It found me. I didn't find it. In 2019, when I was in school, I finally decided that the typical traditional pathway is not my way. It's not gonna work for me. Like, this shit is brand fucking new, like 50, 60 years old new. Maybe a little longer than that. I'm not gonna allow that to dictate what I can and cannot do and how I can be of service to people and how long it's gonna take me to start this journey. I made a decision to drop out of school, say fuck the path that everybody else wants me to follow, and I'm gonna follow my own. And it led me straight to it. I feel like when you truly connect with Jesus and you truly connect with God, you understand the mission and the truth of his message. And it was never to allow someone to govern you, but you to govern yourself. It was never meant for just sacrifice. It was also meant for pleasure. It was never meant for only loneliness, but a time of solitude to be able to serve. Because, like, they talk about serving and being of service to God and to honor him and his name, and you do that by being 100% true to yourself, your story, your life, and what you need, who you are, and being responsible for your growth, your development, your healing. And religion doesn't really teach that. It teaches you to drop off your load onto Jesus Christ, give 10% to the church, and turn the other cheek. Jesus ain't turning the other cheek. That nigga flipped tables. You did some shit his daddy ain't agree with, he was flipping your shit. You feel me? Like, he wasn't passive about it. But they want us to be passive. They want us to walk and hold signs. Nah, Jesus flipped tables and wrecked shit. He walked, but he made community. He walked, but he taught lessons. And he was of service. That's what we're missing. Everybody is still so fucking independent now. even in spirituality, like you go through a season of solitude, but this is the part where you use those, you be of service, when you do your best to show yourself as an example and inspire, help, lead, or teach whoever else is being called to you, your energy, and a similar path. Maybe they will resonate. And so, yeah. I hope, again, like I said, I know now that I've closed all of that in, it should make sense. But yeah, don't hop into spirituality because it sounds cute. Don't hop into spirituality because the crystals are nice. Like, get them for decoration. You know what I'm saying? But don't act like you really with the shit when you're not willing to go through the fire without running back to the shit that you know is not true, without folding like a fucking lawn chair when niggas challenge you. And knowing that everything that you need is right there, no matter what. What you need is in front of you, and what you want is coming to you. You just have to align with it, and that's another conversation for another day. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys like my energy, I literally just woke up. I haven't even like washed my face, brushed my teeth, none of that shit yet. I kind of function in my spot as myself first, but I really wanted to get this video in. So if you smelled my breath through the screen, sorry. You'll be all right, Bookie. But no, I felt this on my heart and I really wanted to get it out. I'm about to allow this tea to do what it needs to do, and then probably finish up with the rest of my morning routine. If y'all want a morning routine video, of course, comment that down below. I do believe I have one on my page already, but my morning routine has changed a bit since then. Oh, so if you want to connect, if you want to connect all things hoodoo, spirituality, healing, glamour, magic, goddamn music, because I am an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. I love Erykah Badu. Music, some of my performances. If you want any of that, if you want to see the process of this journey, subscribe. This is the House of Venom. This is the House of Venom. I am KD, Kel Denise, or you can call me Venom. I do like that name as well. And I'll see you guys later.